Hi, I'm Ben Pearson, former police interceptor and retired cop, and I'm going to take this video steady because the last one I did, I've pulled a muscle in my neck and I was sick in my mouth. I don't know what I've done, but I've hurt my neck.
What was that?
I think I've just been sick in my mouth. So, this one's about stolen valour and pretending to be a cop.
The defendant is 39-year-old Jeremy DeWitt. He's been charged with impersonating a police officer.
Right, first of all, why would you want to impersonate a police officer? You've got Elvis impersonators, Gary Barlow impersonators, Queen why would you want to impersonate a police officer? You work stupid hours, you get no respect, you get shit pay, they've buggered your pension. So what do you want to impersonate a Bobby for? Because all someone's going to do is beat you up.
Provides private security escorts during funeral processions.
I'll get the light before the bridge, you get the light after the bridge.
It's a legitimate business that DeWitt is authorized to operate.
Get to me, get to me, get to me.
So they're allowed to give blue light runs to funeral processions. That's weird, is that?
Procession.
That's what I just said, processions.
Oh, so I say possessions.
Not authorized to do is direct traffic.
Go past me, go past me. Repo, take this intersection and keep this under control. I just did 110 down this road.
Or, most notably, pull over.
Hey, pull over, pull over.
Right, I've seen enough. This lad's a complete nut dick. It's an absolute tool, innit?
And confront drivers while dressed somewhat like a real officer.
What are you doing? What the does it look like I'm doing, dumb?
Irrespective of it being a police officer, I wouldn't let anyone speak to me like that. It'd be time to get him out of the car and drag him off bike.
Over before you find out.
Stop pretending you're a police officer.
Listen, I know what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do. What you need to do is figure it the out before you start talking.
It's not good to have authority over people. People don't like to be told what to do, and we only do it when there's either a danger to members of the public or they need to keep themselves safe and out of a crime scene. But there's nothing big about it. It's nothing clever. And yeah, there probably is a lot of bobbies that would abuse that power, but I can't understand why civilians would want to do this. And if he's not had any proper training, like blue light training or advanced riding training, he's got a death warrant there, is this lad.
DeWitt is up to. Before long, he appears on the radar of the real police. And in 2019, after police observed him breaking traffic laws, he's arrested while working a funeral.
Who is this guy? Oh, that's Jeremy right there?
When officers questioned DeWitt about the registration of his motorcycle, which comes up as stolen, he...
So he's riding a marked police bike, that's not a police bike, to escort funerals at high speed that he's not authorised to, and he's on a stolen bike in first place.
Comes livid.
Sergeant, my vehicle's not stolen, Sergeant. I can tell you right now, everything's being videotaped on my body cam, Sergeant. Okay, I have the registration for the vehicle, Sergeant.
Officers search DeWitt and find an arsenal of police gear, including handcuffs, mace, and a baton.
So he's doing funerals and he's got handcuffs, mace, and a baton, or a baton.
The Honda was stolen, and we got the tag back from the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and then we registered it to that motorcycle.
This lad's got a right attitude problem.
Officers have had enough.
You just chill. If it's an issue, we'll figure it out. But you screaming and yelling isn't going to change that. Well, just sit tight.
Okay.
So if you want to be a police officer, just join police and then do what everyone else does and serve your time and then go operational support and become a motorcycle cop. But don't. I just think it's bizarre. It's just weird.
Get the over!
And additional confrontations with drivers DeWitt considers interfering in his escorting a funeral procession.
I understand you're in a nice car and everything, but let's be a little more mature the way you drive. Let's drive the right way.
It's obviously this bloke's got little man syndrome. Disgusting, really. Absolutely disgusting.
That's real nice.
Yeah, I know.
Real professional.
The way you almost hit me, boy, is the way it's professional, bitch ass.
You're not a cop.
You want to fight?
Violate the rule too.
How's that?
You even act like you're stopping me.
I didn't pull you over. Did I make a traffic on you, boy? Come on, let's go, bitch.
I think this is a problem with America, really. I think there's too many different state laws. Highway police, there's local police, and there's sheriff's office and things like that. And it's it's hard to formulate who's going to be who and who's going to be correct and not. But yeah, absolutely weird is this, and this bloke just needs to get a proper job.
Turns out DeWitt has quite a history of playing cop. He was convicted of the same charge back in 2001.
I'm sorry, Jeremy Charles DeWitt, Your Honor.
This time he's not here for being a fake police officer, but for failing to register a vehicle as a very real sex offender.
Yeah, this lad's obviously got a massive screw loose. I mean, the only people that we've been dealing with that are not like this, but have tried to impersonate a police officer. People that fit blue lights to the cars to try and get through traffic. We have it a lot in Bradford where people have fit blue lights to Audis, to Golfs and that sort of thing, and sirens. They don't come across us, but what they do is they film themselves on YouTube, TikTok and that sort of thing, so that's why we know they're there. Everyone that has been dealt with like that has been stopped, had the vehicle seized and gone to court for that offence.
As for his remaining impersonation charges, until his trial begins, Witt remains free on bond.
This bloke's obviously, like I said, it's going to be a danger to members of the public. He shouldn't be out on the streets, and yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he should get locked up in case you're getting thrown away.
The defendant is 18-year-old Brendan Wazinski, who's charged with impersonating a sheriff's deputy. 6 months earlier, Wazinski was driving an unmarked car with a police siren when he pulled over a driver for speeding. Albuquerque police officer Danny Ann.
See, what are you going to say if you don't know law and you pull someone off for speeding? What happens if it's a judge, a lawyer, a cop, or something like that, and you start baffling about you can't report for summons, you're not going to issue a notice of intended prosecution, you don't know road traffic law in itself, so what are you actually going to say? Just slow down.
You gotta talk to her for a minute. Who do you work for? Oh, okay.
He's got a cop baseball cap on.
I know, I'm under-equipped.
Okay, do you have an ID with you?
I mean, this is all I got. I mean, like I said, I'm under-equipped. I was just heading over there to the courthouse.
You can see how he's holding himself as well. He's completely and utterly not holding himself. I know it sounds stupid, but there's a certain way police officers will hold themselves or talk, especially to another police officer. And he's just like rabbits in headlights, this lad.
The officer has Wazinski hang around while he checks on his story.
Sam 110 out of pity.
While he waits for a response, Anzo casually chats with Wazinski. One officer to sort of another.
And I'm not here to mess with.
I bet his ass is quenching. I bet it's like 5p, 10p, 5p.
Do you have anything on you, man? Any weapons or anything? Okay. That's fine. Just have a seat, all right? All right.
See, I wouldn't actually know how to deal with this if it were somewhere like where we patrolled. We've never actually come across something like this. But the only time we've heard of things is where people have tried to get into, such as criminals have tried to get into members of the public houses by dressing up as either police, CID, or a pretend work member. Yeah, I wouldn't really know what I'll be doing with this.
Wazinski comes clean.
Can you talk real quick?
Yeah, give me 1 second. What's up, man?
All right. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. I'm not a cop.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just going to be.
Did you get that badge from?
I bought it offline.
Okay.
Got it from eBay. Other buyer sites are available.
Okay, face the vehicle. At this point right now, you are being under arrest. Do you understand?
I bet he didn't expect his day to go like this when he set off this morning.
Before heading downtown, Wazinski sheds a few tears in the back seat.
He's crying. Sorry. It's that moment, isn't it, when you know it's all gone wrong and you've finally been caught out and you're like, fuck.
Can I please call my wife?
I wonder if his wife thinks he's gone to the supermarket to get some egg and milks and he's going around stopping people.
I'll give you, when we get to the substation, I'll give you, we'll give her a call, okay?
Guess what I'm in love? Being stopped for pretending to be a policeman. What are you on about? You work at Aldi?
Wazinski pleads no contest. He's sentenced to 1 year of probation. The judge also rules he can't carry any firearms or handcuffs and must undergo a psychiatric evaluation.
This looks really bad.
Again, there's got to be something wrong with you if you're wanting to go around and impersonate police officers, because you're not going to get anything for it. All right, yeah, if you're in a car with blue lights on, you stop members of the public, but what are you going to do? It's dangerous. It's not safe. It's not safe for members of the public. So yeah, just don't do it.
Screams just whack her.
As for the driver Wazinski pulled over, he was, of course, free to go.
I enjoyed that. The thing that happens now is there's too many things happening with the police where things can happen that are bad, wrong. We know what's gone on in the papers with certain police officers being arrested for certain things. Don't ever impersonate a police officer and leave it to real cops. And if someone does pull you over and you don't think it's real, stay in your car, lock the doors and ring 999. I think that's a good bit of safety advice. Put your window down right slow. They've always got to provide the warrant card and identify themselves as a police officer, especially if they're not in duty or in uniform. Again, if they're driving a car, ask for the registration or pull forward so you can see the registration. Never get out of your car. And if you're being followed, it's okay to use your mobile phone if you ring 999 as you're driving away. But if the police, proper police, pull you over and you know it's police, it doesn't give you a legitimate excuse to make off. If you're not sure, put your hazard warning lights on, go down to a safe follow and then ring 999 and say you're being followed but you're not sure if you want to stop. So yeah, stay safe.